Hey everyone, this is Adrian again with the Vashon Nature Center. I'm here with my trusty camera person at Miller Peninsula State Park property. Just got a mouthful. Here on the Olympic Peninsula on traditional S'Klallam land, and we are going to go on a wander here in a moment down the trail to discover and see what we can find. We're specifically looking for signs of critters, sign of animal. And what signs are sort of information that's left on the land that tell us a little bit of information about who that creature is that's moving through the space. And this will be really helpful for you in your sit spot, sort of deciphering who lives there, who moves through where you are when you're not there. All right, let's go. You'll notice that the edges of the leaves have some marks on them, and specifically this end one here appears to have been chewed on by somebody. I don't know who's eating them, but that is a perfect example of sign that somebody, some critter, has been in this place. Right here on the trail, coming across a turned over mushroom that appears as if they had popped out of this hole and been knocked off to lie here upside down, indicating somebody knocked them over. I'm guessing because it's here on the main trail, it was probably a sign of a human. As I'm walking across this trail, discovered this pile of fluffy, nice soil that looks like it's been pushed up out of the ground. You'll probably recognize this from seeing them all over the place. This is a sign that some sort of gopher or mole has done some tunneling below the ground here and has pushed this up. Whoa! Just came across this wet area where there's a bunch of mud and a bunch of tracks. Here's somebody here, shaped in a big, round half circle. There's another one of those. Some maybe paw prints. Some human foot tread from their shoes. More paw prints. What appears to be maybe a deer walking through. One of the really cool things about the human eye is our ability to perceive patterns in nature and patterns elsewhere too. And specifically what's neat about that is noticing when patterns change. So we've been walking up this trail looking for signs of any sort of critter that's been moving through, and we just came upon this little area right over here. And this is indicative of something. Somebody moves through this space. There's a new side trail that has started to develop. And as we get closer, we begin to decipher some tracks. We've got what appears to be deer tracks. And over here, looks like somebody's dog perhaps. And moving up this way, you can sort of see some scuffs here where somebody's stepped, and then again up here with another step. So somebody's moving up this landscape, up this trail. And humans sometimes call these game trails, but I don't like to infer that they're only populated by game and things we want to hunt and eat. So I call these animal trails. And this little animal trail goes off this way. There are still more tracks to follow. Goes this way and then off into the shrubs. We got some salal down here. And you can still sort of perceive where the trail moves based on how the salal have started to grow a little bit differently. They've been pushed back because somebody moves through this landscape often enough to make the plants change how they're growing. And we are here at the base of this beautiful Douglas fir, tree, and just here we found what appears to be a series of broken down Douglas fir cones. Here's like the inside of them, and here is a whole Douglas fir cone. So somebody ate these cones and left the remainder of their dinner here in a little pile. I'm pretty sure I've seen squirrels and chipmunks do something like this. I wonder if you've seen that happen anywhere near your sit spot. Got this cool deer track with another little friend moving across. I wonder what kind of track a worm leaves. Alright, at some point we're gonna have to talk about it. Scat. The scientist's word for poop. This is somebody's scat. I'm sure many of you recognize this. This belongs to horse. This is horse scat right here on the trail. We've seen some of their sign from their hoof prints, and now here's some of their other sign that they leave behind. I haven't seen much other scat on this trail except for dog, and this one seems cooler than dog. So what scientists or nature nerds like to do is look at the scat as sort of in order to identify who it is. This one's kind of easy. We tend to know who it is, but one of the things we do is poke with sticks and sort of like notice what is in there, what's in their diet. This to me looks like mostly grass. And I don't know if you've seen other scat around. Oh, pause that thought. Cool banana slug, going to enjoy some lunch. And I don't know if you've seen other scat maybe with berries in it, like different colors or some different kinds of seeds, but all that information that's in that sign can help us figure out who it is that's moving through the landscape and leaving behind their droppings. So scat is super cool and super useful. All right, found some more scat. Noticing that there's a lot of fur in this one. Just for perspective, there's my hand, so it's maybe 4 inches long. Got some seeds in there. Maybe that's some fungus growing on the outside. So this, yeah, it's full of hair. So this is probably somebody, unlike the horse, this is probably a carnivore. And once again with the Douglas fir tree, we have some sign here. Looks like somebody's been making these holes. I wonder who that could be. That about wraps up our wander here in the woods. We looked at a few of the things that are happening in the landscape, but we didn't have enough time to get everything. Now, it's up to you to go out to your sit spot and find what sign or tracks or trails that you can come up with. And if you have any questions about what you find, go ahead and send us an email. Thanks.